Facts don't care about your feelings. You can either have excuses or results, not both. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. I really appreciate you coming to my podcast. And if this is your first time, welcome. Thank you so much. My name is Liberty V. Justice. And there's no period in my V because my victories never end, and yours don't have to either, my friends. You know, if you enjoy this, I would love if you would give a review an Apple Podcast. It would really help me out. It would help me to get heard by more people so I can help more people. So thank you so much. So the number one thing I hear from people is, if I feel like it, I'll do it. Or some version of that. If I feel like it, or it depends on how I feel, people say. Well, yeah, then I guess your results depend on that too. You know, we can always have excuses. It's raining. You know, it's snowing. I'm tired. I have a headache. I don't feel good. I don't have the money. I can't do it because I have too much work to do, or my work schedule changed, or so I can't do it in the morning like I used to do. You know, your schedule, even your schedule does not dictate what you do. You do. If you want something done, you have to schedule it in and do it. Okay? So facts don't care about feelings, right? And I noticed this whenever my grandmother died, because when my grandmother died, they say that the two most important days in a person's life are the day the person was born, and then I believe even more important than that is the day you figure out why. And the day that my grandma died, I had 9 years clean and sober that day. She died on my sobriety date, December 23rd, 2016. And I noticed that all the stores stayed open. There was no moment of silence. The stock market was open and booming. All the grocery stores, the gas stations, and Planet Fitness was open, and I went and worked out, right? I also made a YouTube video at the time. I call it episodes now because I'm more professional, but I made one of the best YouTube episodes of my life that day. I am shocked. And I did it because I wanted to. I did it because I had a good amount of success on YouTube at that time. And I wanted to keep it going. But not for me. I wanted to keep the success on YouTube going because I knew how much YouTube had helped me. And all the YouTubers that have been there for me over the years. And I'm like, you know what? I need to be like them so I can help people. And it started to catch on. And I built this community around my YouTube channel. So it was mostly, at that time, it was mostly YouTube and Facebook and a little bit of Twitter. Because at the time, I didn't really have Instagram. So, but I had a lot of support. And I had a community that appreciated my support because they found my channel, and then I went and supported them, and I found other channels supported them, and they came over. You don't even have to ask people to support you. If they're doing what you do, they'll support you. You know, so it was amazing. I had the greatest, not the greatest day. It was not great, but I stayed working on things because I knew that facts don't care about feelings. I had a lot of business calls I had to make that day, especially since, it was the 23rd of December. The next day is Christmas Eve. You can't call the bank. You can't call I had to call my gym and all these things and take care of financial things. And the day that my grandma died, that's when I figured out why. Why was I born into this family? What am I supposed to do with all of these things? What am I supposed to do with my life? And how am I going to help people? So let me come back in a minute. And literally it's going to be a minute. And I'll tell you why. And then we're going to finish up this episode strong. And you guys are going to love it. So thank you. Facts don't care about feelings. Y'all come back now. You're here. We got a short commercial break. Thanks for coming back, y'all. Again, if this is your first time listening, thank you so much. My name is Liberty V Justice. There's no period in my V because my victories never end, and yours don't have to either, my friends. So the day that my grandma died was the day that I figured out, I shouldn't say the day that I figured out that who I am and what I'm supposed to do. You know, they say that the first greatest day is in a man's life is when he's born. And the second greatest is when he figures out why. And so I would say that I figured out why that day, but it wasn't that I figured out why. It was just that it was confirmed in my mind because I had already been doing YouTube, you know, and I didn't do a lot with music. I was doing Musical.ly back then because I enjoyed it. It was short. I didn't have to actually sing. And honestly, I have to be honest right now, I didn't want to become a better singer at that time because I wasn't willing to give up food. Okay, so I'm just going to be honest about that. And that's what this is about. So, you know, I was hyperactive on my YouTube channel with commenting on other people's YouTube channels. People don't realize, you know, even my mom and people, they take you as a joke. Especially if you're a creator and you're watching somebody else's channel, that's education. Or it might not be education. You might not learn from somebody too much, really. You might not be taking a class, but you might just go and support a friend. And if you have to support your friends on what they do, if you're doing what they do, especially, even if they suck, you got to tell them that they're good. But if they suck at something, tell them in private. That's a big mistake I see people making, is they're not supporting other creators, and they say they want to be successful, but you can't get support until you start supporting others. And then you'll find bigger creators supporting you along the road too, if you're supportive to others, you know, because that's what it's all about. It's all about community care. That's what life is about, you know. So I found my community through social media, YouTube, Facebook. It kind of started on Facebook. I was terrified of putting myself out there on YouTube, and I didn't know how to make a video. I didn't know how to get on camera. I didn't know anything. But your first videos are your worst videos, you know. So my aim was not to be a big YouTuber. It is now. It is now for sure. For sure. You know, I want to be worldwide famous, because I want to help a lot of people. And I should say I want to empower a lot of people. I want to make billions of dollars or trillions, as much as I can have, because the more I have, the more I can give. Because, you know, teach a man to fish, he eats for a he eats for a lifetime. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. I don't want to just give money to people. I want you to learn how I became wealthy, and you're in that journey with me now. So thank you very much. That's why I created my empire. I'm Worth It Incorporated. You know, and it all started from a childhood where I was told I'm worthless every day, where I was told, you know, so I don't want to get into all that now, but basically, you know, facts don't care about feelings, guys. You know, I just did the video anyway. I just made that episode on YouTube talking about my sobriety, I know me, so looking at it, I know what I was feeling and thinking and going through at that time. You know, right now I could see my energy is good because this was a long time ago. And yes, I am kind of sad about my grandma still, but it's been 4 years, and now I think about my successes, and that's a success to me. And you know what? Doing things despite how you feel. I was not happy that day. It was the worst day of my life. I was supposed to be celebrating. And my grandma said, hey, listen, I don't want you to be sad, Liberty. Listen, when I die, I want you to be happy because I'm in heaven. I'm not suffering anymore. I'm not in pain anymore. You know, I want you to be happy for me, and I want you to go on with your life, and I want you to be a wealthy woman. I want you to change this world. You said you have all these things you want to do, and I want you to do it. She said, I can do anything I want to do. She said that I'm the hope for this family. I'm the great hope for this family. She wrote a journal, and I saved it. I think my mom finally threw it out, but she wrote, and she gave me a journal, but it was blank, except on the inside cover it said, write all of your thoughts in here so that one day you can read them when you're famous. And I won't forget that. I think I was 12 when she gave me that. But I won't forget. And now that I've overcome all of these things, rape, abuse, you know, domestic violence, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, sex before marriage, I haven't had sex in 11 years. I say I'm the greatest woman to ever walk this planet. I mean, Muhammad Ali said it. He got a lot of flack from that. People didn't like that. People don't like when other people like themselves and believe in themselves, and especially when you're starting to get some success. But I say I'm the greatest because I do believe that. And not only that, but you're the greatest too. Everybody listening, you're obviously here because you want something great from your life. So thank you. Doing causes your feelings, okay? So if you say, oh, I don't feel like it today, well, maybe you don't feel like getting up to exercise. Maybe that's why you should do it. Do it. Because when I was 350 plus pounds, I was always saying that. And that's a habit. I don't feel good. Or, think about it like that. I don't want to work out because I don't feel good. It depends on how I feel. Maybe I'll take a walk. Maybe I'll work out. Well, it doesn't matter. The numbers on the scale aren't changing according to your feelings. In fact, yes, they are. They're going up. You're gaining more weight, So we learn all these habits and these things. And, if I feel like it, but it doesn't matter. Facts don't care about feelings. Finances don't care about feelings. If you want money, you have to work, right? So if you go, let's say your feelings go by. So you say, well, if I feel like it, I'll go to work tomorrow. Okay. So you call in, I don't feel good to work. All right. Well, come tomorrow. So you call them tomorrow. Well, I just don't feel like it. I don't want to come in. All right. Well, and maybe you might have one more time. You call them in the third day and you say, hey, listen, I don't feel like coming to work today. And, and they're like, oh, all right, cool. We'll just get somebody else. We're going to replace you. So you don't have a job anymore. So do you say that about work? I mean, because it's the same thing. Finances don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. If you don't show up to work, somebody is going to replace you. If you tell your friends you don't feel good, okay, cool. You tell them again the second day. Okay, cool. We'll be, and if you tell them after a month, eventually they might come over and see what's wrong and bring you some chicken noodle soup. But guess what? The very first day that you said to your friends, I don't feel good, they already moved on. Because they wanted to play ball, basketball, baseball, or they were going to the arcade or whatever they were doing. And you know something? They went without you, okay? They don't care. They care about you. Probably if they're your real friends, they care about you, for sure. But it doesn't matter. They're still going to move on. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you get my point? Feelings don't cause you to do things. The lack of you not doing things, that's what causes bad feelings. And when you do things, it makes you feel good. We do not stop doing things that we love because we're depressed. We become depressed because we stop doing the things that we love. So my suggestion is to whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's creating a video, an audio podcast, right now, just one. I'm not saying a whole episode, a whole catalog of episodes. You want to do one podcast, you want to lose weight, get up right now and go work out, even if it just means walking around the block. Because you know what? Make one podcast, make a minute-long podcast, 60-second Sunday, all right? Just go and do it now. Because the sooner you start, the sooner you can get results. Facts don't care about your feelings, okay? You need to take actions to get results. So go take some action because you're worth it. Thanks for listening, everybody. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here with me. And if you would go do a review in Apple for me, it would mean the world to me. Your support means the world to me because I'm here for you and I'm here to support you. And I want to know that I am making a difference in your life. Okay, so go do a review on Apple Podcasts right now. I really appreciate you. You are infinite in value. And I'm Worth It Incorporated is here for and because of you. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Liberty V. Justice. There's no period in my V because my victories never end and yours don't have to either, my friends.